very warm welcome to all of you on our call today from our Marquee 360's new features in Project for the Web. My name's Megan, and I'm an account manager here at Marquee 360, and we're absolutely thrilled you could join us all today. And I did see some familiar names on the registration, so good to see some of you again. Our speakers today, we've met me, will be Stella. She's our solutions architect. She'll be going through the demo, and Erin will be updating you on some of our new marketing trends.
Hey, everybody.
So our agenda today will be to do a quick intro of Marquee 360, an overview for Project for the Web. Stella will give the demo, and lastly, we'll do a Q&A, and we always run out of time, and especially with the malfunction. So please post questions in the chat as we go along, and we'll get them answered either in the chat or I'll follow up with an email. Again, we'll be recording this, so please feel free to send it to others that were not able to jump on today. So our introduction is Marquee 360 is a Microsoft Gold partner for project and portfolio management. And actually, we were a finalist for their collaborative partner of the year last year. So we're excited about that. We have a global footprint in the US, Canada, and Europe. And our company was founded by former Microsoft employees. So our team has 20 plus years in working side by side with Microsoft's technology team, and obviously that helps us be able to show you guys the latest and the greatest. Our expertise is in digital transformation using best practices to collaborate whatever your current Microsoft suite is or what you're planning to use in our future. So our core focus is customer success, absolutely. We act as your trusted advisor. And lastly, we extend our Microsoft solution. It's out of the box. So once it's implemented, there's no monthly subscription fees, etc. And we're here to support you from start to finish, and of course, in the future. And with that, I will hand it off to Erin, our marketing department manager.
Thanks, Megan. So a little bit more about specifically what we do. So we specialize on the Microsoft 365 platform, and the thing that we're the best at is just creating this one connected experience with all the products in the Microsoft suite. So we use Project to do your task management and schedules. And then we use Power Apps to give you a really great UI and to also extend the capabilities of Project. So we do an intake, project demand, scoring, timesheets, those things that maybe Project for the Web or even maybe Project Online is lacking for you. We can give you those capabilities by using Power Apps. And then we bring it all together in Teams where you can collaborate and you can do any of your project updates within Teams so you don't have to switch from one platform to the next. And then we use Power Automate to give you any automated workflows in the background, automated approvals, so you're not worried about doing any of that manual work. The Power Automate does that for you. And then we bring it all together with reports in Power BI. We have interactive dashboards that are pre-built, so as soon as you implement those, they're up and ready for you to use. So we give you this one solution for your project management, your whole project lifecycle from start to finish. But we also have Power Apps that we've created that are out of the box, like Megan said. So if you just need an intake system, you don't have to buy our whole PMO solution. You can just buy the app that you need a little extra help with or capabilities with. So like the intake, timesheets, cost tracking, reporting, if you want to connect Teams with Project Online. And I'm going to pass it over to Stella.
Okay, so today we are going to be looking at some of Microsoft's newest features released for Project for the Web. So we're going to start by creating a project in Project for the Web, and then we're going to add our advanced dependencies and color conditioning to our tasks. Finally, we will look at the new resource assignments view that was recently added as well. So let's start by creating a schedule. So I'm going to be creating a schedule and working in the BPM 360 environment. which is Marquee's accelerator for Project for the Web. So it might look a little bit different from your environment. So we're going to go ahead and new project. And we'll go ahead and start adding our summary tasks. So we'll add our summary tasks here. And if I want to add an additional one, I would do so here. So we're going to call this task 2. I want to add another summary task. I would add some summary task here. And then I would ask the task below it. Now I have my summary task. So for purposes of time, I'm going to go ahead and switch to a schedule of already pre-populated. So here is a fully populated schedule. So we'll go ahead and add our advanced dependencies. So as you can see here, if we want to make this task 4, only start when task 3 finishes, we would do 3 here. And this arrow now is going to allow us to add these advanced dependencies. Before, you could only add the basic, which is finish to start, which is what a majority of tasks are. So now task 4 cannot start until 3 has finished. We're going to go ahead and do our next advanced dependency. So we will make 6 depend on task 5, and we'll make this one a finish to finish. So this means that task 6 cannot finish until task 5 finishes. Next, we'll go ahead and add our start to start. So we'll make task 10 not start until 9 has started. Now, our last advanced dependency that we're going to add to our schedule is going to be start to finish. This isn't a very recommended or highly used one, but we'll go ahead and add it just to see what it looks like. So we're going to make task 15 cannot finish until task 14 has started. Now, if we look at our timeline view of these advanced dependencies, we can see here that it looks a little bit different now with this new feature added. So we can see here what the timeline looks like for our finish to start advanced dependency. This one's our finish to finish. This one's our start to start. And then this one is our start to finish. Is there any questions about advanced dependencies for this section before I move on to conditional coloring? Okay, great. And as you can see here, another feature that was added is that when you hover over these timelines now, you can see the dates above, and then you can also drag them to where they depend on other ones, or you can extend it as well. So if I want to extend the duration of this task, I can do so, and I can see above here, I've extended this task to where the finish date now would be May 14th, 15th, 16th, and so on. So now we're going to look at conditional coloring. So Microsoft has added conditional coloring, and if you're familiar with Excel, it's similar to this, but it allows you to do it in the schedule. So this is one of my probably favorite features that was recently added because I'm a big color coding person. So if you like color coding, you'll also enjoy this new feature. So let's look at our conditional coloring. So we have multiple options here, as you can see. So any of the fields that Project for the Web has in here, we can make conditional coloring. Now, it's currently not recognizing any custom fields that you would add, but I have a feeling that hopefully Microsoft, that is the next step for them, is adding the conditional coloring for custom fields as well. So we're going to go ahead and just do assign to, for example. I want to do equals, and let's just do myself for this example. Now, let's say I want to do another team member, for example, Mia. it won't allow me. So the reason why is because I have to add them in the schedule first before it can recognize it here. So that's going to go for all fields. So you have to make it in the schedule before it allows you to actually pick this for tasks for custom fields like assigned to. So we're going to go ahead and save it. And I'll go ahead and add Mia as well to this one. And we'll see it pop up. Okay, so now we'll see here. Now that I've added people to my schedule, it'll allow me to choose from here. So I want to say Mia is going to be blue. Now for myself, I'll go ahead and make it pink. So sometimes the system might need a little bit, so you can save your project and you'll see that it will come up. There we go. So now she says she's blue. So we'll look at this for, let's say, duration. So if I want to see all the tasks here that have a duration of, let's say, 4 days, I would choose duration is equal to 4. Now we can see all of these have popped up as well. So are there any questions about conditional coloring? Great. And just to back up on advanced dependencies, one of the newest features that I have verified as well is if you are importing a schedule from Microsoft Professional and you have advanced dependencies in your schedule there, when you do an import from that schedule into Project for the Web, it's now bringing in those advanced dependencies, which before it was not. Another exciting feature is that it is now recognizing text fields as custom fields. And if you have more than 10, it asks you to choose from your custom fields up to 10 custom fields that you want to import into Project for the Web. So for first of time, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a schedule so we can look at our resource assignments. So as you can see here, I have applied conditional coloring to a lot of different things. All of the people in my schedule, for example, I've made the 1 day duration orange, and I've also asked for it to show me all of my tasks that are, I believe I put is less than or equal to 50. I've also added any tasks for green that depend on task 3. So if you like color coding, then you'll really enjoy this new feature as I have so far. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the newest view for resource assignments. So before, Microsoft had grid, board, timeline, charts, and people. We've had this before. Now we have the resource assignments. So if you go here, you can say resource assignments. And I can see the default is going to be set to group by resource. Now, this is similar to Microsoft's resource usage page, if you're familiar with it in Project Online. And as you know, Microsoft Project defines a task plus a resource as an assignment. So they're going to group by resource. And currently, we can see that there's only 7 weeks. The timeline, however, if we want to look at the timeline view, it has a scroll bar at the bottom. So we can scroll through the schedule more easily. In the resource assignments view, if we want to look at further weeks or previous weeks in the schedule, we can do so up here. But the max that it will show you on the screen at a time is 7 weeks. So it is currently on daily. If we switch to weekly, we can see that's the start of each week here. If I want to go to a specific date, it's going to show me that date here, and then it will default to all the other ones. So let's go ahead and go to 4:10, for example, in our schedule for 5:10. So 5:7. So we can see here that it's showing us each week. Now, if I go to a weekend, for example, we're going to see here that's not going to allow me to do anything to add any hours here because these are the weekends. So it's not a working day. Now, if I want to add hours straight here, I can the way I would in Project Online. So if I want to manage tasks for this one, I want to add additional hours. We can see here that this task has 10.6 hours overall. If I want to increase the amount of hours for this task, I can do so here. As long as there's not a predecessor task for this that depends on something else that has not been completed. So I can see here that my number went up when I added this 2, and so on. So if I want to add here, I can also collapse all the tasks for this resource and look at the next ones. Once again, I can continue to add hours and schedule here. And if I want to group by task, I can also do so. So this is a different view, group by task. We can see each task. Now this is helpful if you have multiple resources on a task. So I'm going to go back to group by resource. So this view is currently not customizable as in being able to add more than 7 right here, but it does well reflect and give us the benefit of being able to help us be more accurate with assigning our resources. Does anyone have any questions regarding resource assignments? Okay, well, today we built a project in Project for the Web. We also learned how to utilize Microsoft's newest and most recently released features, including advanced dependencies, conditional coloring, and we looked at the new resource assignments view. Like I mentioned in the beginning, this is our Project for the Web PPM Accelerator, which accounts for many of the project management aspects that Project for the Web Microsoft Accelerator currently does not. So our PPM 360 works with Marquee 360's other apps, such as Financial 360 and Intake, to account for all areas of the project lifecycle.
So please reach out. We're happy to do a demo for you and your team, and specifically designed around what you guys are interested in and your Microsoft journey. And again, we thank you for your time. We'll be sending out the recording, and thanks for joining us today. Any questions? We'll stay on for about 2-3 minutes just to see if anybody has anything they'd like us to cover.